Okay, hello from a beautiful Glasgow here at COP26. We're just a stone's throw from the SEC Centre, as you can see. I've ventured out to a hotel here, and I'm here for a breakfast event which has been put on for the B Corp Finance Coalition. I'm delighted to be joined here by Peter Flavel, who's the CEO of the private banking firm Coutts. Peter, hello. Talk to us a bit about this coalition and this breakfast event that we're here at this morning.
Well, thanks. This morning we've got 10 partners here, all of whom are B Corps. Coutts has just become a B Corp, so we're quite proud of that. The third largest, and I think the first private bank and wealth manager in the UK to become B Corp. And the idea of becoming B Corp is to hold ourselves to account. Firstly, to change our articles of association, then to commit to an ongoing period of improvement, and the bar gets set higher all the time. So that's holding ourselves to account. When people think of Coutts, they tend to think of inherited wealth and the landed estates, but actually the core of what we do today are 20,000 successful and influential entrepreneurs. And so the second leg of our B Corp journey is to encourage as many of our clients to join us on the journey of becoming B Corp. And then thirdly, it's not just about Coutts, it's about the finance industry. So this morning is bringing together 10 partners who are also on the journey, and we want to get as many finance companies, banks, asset managers, insurance companies to join us on the B Corp journey.
Interesting. We know from experience that the B Corp journey is quite a long one and a busy one to kind of have to go through. Edie is in the process of becoming B Corp certified ourselves. So talk to us a little bit about how that has impacted Coutts up to this point, and is it actually changing the way that you ultimately will be doing business?
Ultimately it will. The first part has been to get through the accreditation process. And B Corps are normally smaller and inherently green, like recycling companies. And banks, you don't think of green when you think of bank. So it's been quite a journey, 2 years in the making, of making sure that across our governance, across our customers, our staff, community and environment, across those 5 factors, that we are good enough to become a B Corp. But excuse me, while we have made the grade, we want to continue to improve.
Okay, and we're here looking over the SEC Centre here in Glasgow. Finance, obviously a key running theme, a crucial theme of this COP. We had Finance Day just a couple of days ago. Had a bit of a mixed reception. What's your take on this COP so far from a climate finance perspective, and what are you looking for from this next kind of week?
Well, I'm very positive about what's happened here today. For the first time here, last night I was at a dinner, and quite some impressive people there. Kwasi, Jacinta from the PM from New Zealand spoke, and Kerry, the Senator, spoke as well. And one of the points that he made is that this is the first time business has been at COP. So he's been to most COPs, and this is the first time business have showed up. And then another event that was at this same hotel the other night, I was with 5 senior finance people, and the guy from America said, "How many of you have been to COP before?" None of us have been to COP before. So all previous COPs have been about NGOs, governments and regulators, and they are definitely a part of the solution. But we need to mobilise business, and then finance and banks need to finance a just transition across all the sectors in the economy: aviation, communication, shipping, food, agriculture. All of the elements of the economy need to move towards a just transition, because this is a systemic issue. It's not an issue about governments separately, individuals separately, banks separately, or individual companies. The only way that we're going to get to 1.5 degrees is by concerted effort by everyone.
And in terms of kind of connecting and joining those dots, this is obviously lots of moving parts, as you mentioned. Yeah. What is going to be the kind of key steps that need to happen? Where does the responsibility ultimately lie to start turning the dial on this conversation and driving that progress and that collaborative progress that's needed?
Well, there's a lot to do, and that's the challenge. So governments and regulators need to provide a fertile ground for the businesses to address just zero. So that's about making sure we've got common standards and common metrics, so that we can properly compare how people are progressing. So that's the first thing. Second thing is, everyone needs to set their own targets, 2030, 2050, but that's a long way off. So we can't wait to 2029 and go, oh, no, sorry, what happens next week, what happens 6 months after and a year after. So it's action now, real action now. And that's what's going to come out of COP this week.
And just finally, I think in the UK, one of the big movements we've seen of the past few months has been the development of the green gilts as an approach to ultimately try and accelerate our net zero progress. What do you make of that kind of approach? Do you think that's the right thing to be happening, and is it having the desired effects?
It's essential to get the fixed income, the bond market moving, so that it is financing the infrastructure that we need. And therefore green gilts are a really important part. But the important part for me is that they should not be used simply to refinance existing infrastructure. They need to be used to help new infrastructure be put in place, and infrastructure that wouldn't otherwise be put in place because of the green gilts.
Interesting. Okay, well, breakfast is about to be served. Talks are about to be had, Peter, so thanks so much for joining us up here this morning. And I'm going to go inside as well and sort of scratch up on some of my B Corp knowledge as well with this talk. So thank you very much.
Thank you.